So, having hypothermia is the state of having a dangerously low body temperature, which can seriously affect your ability to do things and just your general health. Now, treating hypothermia. What kind of things could we use to help someone that has hypothermia? Blankets are great. They help someone warm up slowly because it needs to be slow. If you do it too fast, it shocks their system. Also, things like a sleeping bag for them to crawl in, and that helps them warm up a lot too. Transferring your body heat is a great way of helping them warm up as well. Also, being near a heat source. And warm drinks too, but not too quickly and not too hot, or it will shock their system. Now the most important thing is getting out of cold or wet clothes, particularly if they've been in snow or water where their clothes are wet, and changing into warm and dry clothes. Okay, so that's that, the main parts of dealing with someone who has hypothermia and how to help them. So now, what are some things we could use? Well, let's say someone has magically appeared at our doorstep and has hypothermia. What's around here that we could use to help them? Oh, I see you found a blanket. Yes, so that's great. Again, it helps to warm up slowly as we just went over. A sleeping bag. Yeah, they can get in it. You could even go in with them too and help them warm up with your body heat. Coat. Yeah, anything warm and dry. And it looks like we have a magical mug of hot chocolate that has somehow appeared. So that's great, but again, not too quickly, or it will shock their system and just be very bad. So, there's several stages to hypothermia. Now the first stage is mild. So, some examples of this could be when they're shivering, their motor skills are affected, they feel cold, but they can generally still function more or less. The next stage is moderate. Now, in this stage they can not function as well, so they're a lot more clumsy. They may not even feel so cold because they are so beyond cold that they don't even feel anymore, but they still are. Blue lips. Those are sort of three big indicators of someone who has moderate hypothermia. And one thing to be careful of is you really have to start slow with warming them up, particularly more so than if they had mild hypothermia. Next up is severe. In this case, they may not even be fully conscious. They won't be able to talk properly if they are conscious. They can't really move well or function, so mobility is very impaired. And they can also be confused as to where they are, what's going on. And you have to be very careful with someone with severe hypothermia, because any fast warming up can really cause serious health problems that will last for a long time. So, let's say someone has severe hypothermia. Let's go through the step-by-step ways of helping them. First is getting off cold clothes, changing into warm ones, dry too, particularly. Next is blankets, body heat, sleeping bag, anything extra that'll really warm them up. And now after this, after they've warmed up a bit and they're down to the moderate phase or low moderate, closer to mild, then we can move them near a heat source, such as, say, you have a fire pit or a wood stove. And eventually you can also give them a warm drink. Now, only lukewarm, not too hot. Alright, so now that we've gone through all this about how to deal with hypothermia, how might they actually get it in the first place? So, does anyone have any ideas? Yes, being out in the cold too long. Anyone else? Yeah. Going sailing without a wetsuit or warm clothing, similar to the first one. Any more? Yeah, being stranded out in the cold, you can't get to anything warm, you can't get home to or any place. And general things like that. So Just you have to be careful, always plan for the weather, bring appropriate clothing. And that's it.